All right, this wouldn't be a bookshelf scavenger hunt if I didn't cheat. Man, this is... I'm stressed, y'all. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a bookshelf scavenger hunt. I made these prompts myself because the last couple of times I used somebody else's prompts and they were cool and all, but I just wanted to take it into my own hands. I did make these, but I didn't have any books in mind while I was making them, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. We'll see together. But if you haven't seen a bookshelf scavenger hunt video, like, the thought is I pick one book and then the prompt is going to lead me to pick another book from that book, and so on and so forth until I get to the 10th prompt. And once I pick that book, that's the book that I'm going to read in this vlog. Normally I pick the book and I say bye, but I'm going to read it in this vlog for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned. If you like this style of video, give it a thumbs up and also leave prompts down below because this was very hard. So if this doesn't turn out well, I'm gonna need y'all even more the next time. So let's go ahead and pick the first book. Yay! All right, let's see here. A book whose author shares the name of someone you know. I'll be right back. All right. A book whose author shares the name of someone you know. Jasmine Guillory. I have a cousin named Jasmine. Hey girl, she probably ain't watching this, but hey, I have a cousin named Jasmine. So the prompt number 2 is a book with the same number of words in the title. The Wedding Party. This is gonna be real easy. This is gonna be a breeze. Okay, 3 words in the title. I'll be right back. 3 words in the title. A Low Country Bride by Perslaser Williams. This is also on my TBR. Also, side note, Anita, why are you doing a shop your shelves if you already have a TBR? Are you doing the TBR? No, I'm not. But also, I'm not in the mood to read it. I'm not in the mood necessarily to read any of them. If the prompts lead me to it, then that's just the Lord saying that it's time to read that book. So I'm okay with it. But I just need a little help. I just need a little help, that's all. So yes, 3 words, A Low Country Bride by Perslaser Williams. Prompt number 3. Find the least prominent color on the cover. Pick a book whose cover has this as the most prominent color. So least prominent, I would say maybe yellow. There's like yellow in this little clock tower thing, because there's like plenty of green here. There's plenty of pink here on like the ground. Obviously it's really white and blue. So I'm gonna go with yellow and I have the perfect book. I'll be right back. You already knew. The Perfect Pine by Tia Williams. Obviously this book is very prominently yellow. And this is one of my favorite books. I love Tia Williams. She can do no wrong. Okay, next, prompt number 4. Okay, this is complicated, y'all. Add up today's date. For example, today is May 12, 2025. I added 5 plus 12 plus 25 and I got 62. Go to that page and pick a book with a word from the first line in the title. So I need to go to page 62. The first line in the title, girl. Read the first line, pick a book with a word from the first line. Okay. Stop looking at Eric like he's a Cinnabon. Said Terry. Sorry, E. That's the first line on page 62, if you can see. Stop looking at Eric like he's a Cinnabon, said Terry. Sorry, E. Okay, be right back. So I probably, Cinnabon, obviously like that's a prominent word, but I don't really have that. Stop is probably a word that I can find. Sorry, and maybe look or said or like. So I'll be right back. All right, this wouldn't be a bookshelf scavenger hunt if I didn't cheat. So the first line was, stop looking at Eric like he's a Cinnabon, said Terry. Sorry, E. I do not have a book with any of those words in the title. However, I have several books by Eric Jerome Dickey, and it is on the title pages on the cover. I wrote it, so I'm gonna allow it. So that is going to be the pick for that prompt, and this is The Other Woman by Eric Jerome Dickey, if I didn't already say. Prompt number 5. Find a book that was set in / give the vibes of the same season of this book. This one, I don't remember. It's been years since I read this book, but most of his books are set in California. So I'm going to say sunny California vibes. And I would open it up to a page where there's like an email, but they put the time of day. They didn't put what time of year, which is very frustrating because that could have been the smoking gun right there for me to be able to tell what season this was in. So I'm gonna say like sunny California. All right, this is the vibes, but like times 50 because it is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. This is, I think it started out in California. Like that's where the characters are from. Yeah, UCLA. But they end up going to like some island. I can't remember what the island was on this very lavish, fancy, like vacation wedding situation. And it is very tropically, very sunny, very happy. Or it should be. It's funny. This book is funny. So I'm gonna go with this. Next is find a book that you've read that's the same genre. Well, that's real easy. This is romance. And I'm gonna go so far to even niche it down and to say rom-com, Marriage of Convenience. So that I have read. So hang on, let me see if I can get it that niche, because romance is cheating. I have literally 2 entire shelves of romance. So I'm gonna niche it down to like the vibe and the trope and everything. So hang on. A rom-com, Marriage of Convenience that I have read is going to be The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest. I feel like this fits very well, and I don't remember if this was like super LOL kiki funny, but it is very cutesy swoony. Like you're not gonna cry or like be stressed about it. This is a very much like palate cleanser, cutesy wootsy book. So I feel like that is going to fit, and I'm very glad because I was like, ooh, I ain't read a bunch of these. But I found one. All right, next, a book by this same author or an author with the same name. This is going to be very easy because I have 2 more books by this author, and I'm just going to go with the OG. Actually, I have more than that. You know what? I just picked this up. I have More Than That by Christina Forrest. But I'm just going to go with The Neighbor Favor by her as well, and I have also read this one. Next, a book that has a title that rhymes with the title rhymes itself. I don't have anything that rhymes with neighbor favor besides neighbor favor. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. No. All right, y'all. So I would pick the most like difficult book that doesn't rhyme with anything, and the closest I got is Hather and the Prince, but somebody said that that's not appropriate, so I have to pick another book. Thankfully, I have more books by Christina Forrest. And I'm kind of cheating now because I have, you know, I'm gonna pick 3. Right? This is my tag. I do what I want. So if I have anything that rhymes with any of these other books, I Want to Be Where You Are, Now That I Found You, and The Love Lyric. I really feel like I ain't gonna have nothing, but we'll see. The book that I have that rhymes with I Want to Be Where You Are is going to be Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. Okay, it's as close as I got. It's as close as I got. Because who would think of a prompt like that? That's why I need y'all's help. Please help me. Because this is a struggle, but it's fun. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. It is fun to like look through all of these books and like make it make sense. Okay, so yeah, the book Things Fall Apart. Excellent book, by the way. Heart-wrenching book, but excellent. All right, next, go to page 100, pick a book that has a picture of one of the words on this page. All right, is it 100 pages in this book? Okay, phew. I was going to say, you're cutting it close. All right. Page 100. Okay, there's tons of stuff on this. So I am going to read this and I'll come back with the prompt and the book. Yeah, all right, that wasn't so bad. So I picked the sentence, "She broke off because at that very moment a loud and high-pitched voice broke the outer silence of the night." So the word I picked was night, and the book that I picked that fits that prompt, that has a picture of a night on the cover, is the stars and the blackness between them. This book is one of my recent reads, but I definitely forgot that I had it. So this is the one for the prompt, and then from this one, this is going to be prompt number 9, prompt number 10, and I am going to pick the book that this book leads me to. That is going to be the one that I have to read, and the prompt is a book with a similar cover. So let me go find something that's similar. So this has 2 girls. What else? It's got the Coretta Scott King Award, which I think is for YA. It's got like a night sky or like galaxy, and I think I have the book in mind. I'll be right back. So I have picked 3 books here. The first one that I picked is "And They Lived Happily Ever After" by Therese Bahiri. They have the night sky. There's 2 people on the cover. Don't know what this is about, but it's a romance. Then I have, all of these are romances, by the way. Then I have The Gravity of Us. I've been picking up this book every 5 minutes and I still haven't read it. I need to, but I don't know that I want to pick this one because I don't think I want to do a reading vlog on this one. So this one I don't think is gonna win. That leaves us to this one as well, Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. I've had this for such a long time, and I hear this is a break you apart, maybe put you back together book. I don't know if I'm in the mood. So I very well could be, but I'm unsure. This one I haven't heard anybody talk about, and I feel like this is going to be like really sweet. I don't know. This is very different, opposite vibes, like sweet and cute, and like rip your heart out, may or may not put your heart back together. So I'm unsure, but in the next clip for this blog, you will know which book I'm reading because I'll be reading it, or I'll give you an update. So stay tuned. I don't know that I've ever cried so quickly in a book. I am on page 23 of Still Beating. I picked this book because I had it already downloaded on Audible, of all things. Like I normally don't. I have the Audible subscription, like the premium one where I get 1 credit a month. But I rarely go that route because I pay for them. And like, I don't want to spend it on a book that's just like mid. I used to do that, and now I have a bunch of like mid books on there that I just really don't care to have, or I like. Yeah, so that's my last resort for having books. But I guess I got this book before I had that realization that like, okay, I'm paying for these books and I'm not particularly like them, or it was free or what, I don't know. But I had this downloaded already on my Audible. And I do want to read it, and I hear that it is a very dark book. It is a very painful read, a very difficult read, and it's not for everybody. And to have your head space in the right space before you read this book, right? And I'm like, cool. I'll read anything as far as like trigger warnings. Like I'm never going to be, really sad, I didn't think I was ever going to be like triggered to the point where it's like, ooh, yeah, nope, can't read it. It's not for me. If I can get through Moth to a freaking Flame, I can get through anything. I promise you. That's how I felt, right? I'm on page 23, and I already cried. And the only reason why I'm probably not bawling my eyes out even more is because I decided to pick up the camera and give you guys an update. This book, I ain't read nothing, girl. This is it. I am scared to read this book. I am scared to read it. I think I'm gonna have to do a lot of prayer Okay, I'm gonna have to slow read this. I'm also reading another book. I didn't plan on, am I vlogging it? I am. I'm vlogging it in another vlog. So you'll see that later, but I'm reading another book, and it is got more, it has emotional themes to it, but it's not as much as this one. So if you're unaware, this book is about Cora. I'll just read the first paragraph, like, of the back. I'm not one to like really read the whole synopsis here in the back, but it says, when Cora Lawson attends her sister's birthday party, she expects at most a hangover or a walk of shame by the end of it. She doesn't anticipate a stolen wallet, leaving her stranded and dependent on her sister's fiance, Dean Asher, her arch nemesis, and perpetual thorn in her side. And she really doesn't anticipate getting knocked out and waking up chained in a madman's basement, Dean on his own shackles beside her. And that's where I'm at in the book. You like, the man is crazy. Not Dean, but like the man who like knocks her out and drags her and Dean to the basement. Like, obviously, like, somebody who would do that is just crazy, but he's like, I don't even know if I should vlog this. You feel like it is ooh. I'm gonna try. It's been a very long time since I like was crying my eyes out on camera or anything, but it can be implied. Like, I don't know that this is going to be like the most enjoyable, or like I want to share this with you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this is people like, oh, I'm gonna get on YouTube and see what, you know, Anita Library is talking about today, and like you want to see me read this book. Like, I don't imagine. But I'll see what I can do with the footage, because I told you guys I'm gonna do it. And hopefully I can come away with something that I'm comfortable sharing. But yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. And like, as I just closed the book on like, or pause rather, on like the end of that chapter, or like a mid chapter 3, okay, as I close out and I'm like, okay, this is what's happening here, right? And I'm wondering, like, what am I supposed to take away from this? Like, I've read books with you know, you name it, like the grotesque violence and abuse and assault and unaliving, and, you know, of other people, unaliving of yourself, and like everything. And I don't know like what I'm meant to take away from this right now. Girl, I'm only 20 pages in, but I'm just, it's so early and it's so heavy to be so early. I'm like, man, this is I'm stressed, y'all. I'm stalling to even like read more. I'm so scared. I'm so scared to read this book. I'm going to try my best. I know like Jennifer Hartman is very well loved. I have another book by her called Lotus. I think this is supposed to be like her hardest book, like her deepest book, like the toughest read. So if I can get through this, I feel like I can probably, you know, handle it. But like, ooh, and I was just thinking, I was like, it's been a long time since I like cried my little eyeballs out over a book, but I don't know that this is the type of time I was trying to be on, y'all. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I'll come back later when I have more to say about the book. you guys. I don't mean this in like a judgmental way at all. At all. Like, I don't know how people can read this book. Maybe it could, like, okay, so like I'm a fast reader, many of us are, and normally I'm just like turning the pages and, you know, I process things really quickly, but this is so difficult to process. This is so difficult to endure, and like I don't even think it's meant to be understood. Why I just, my brain trying to make sense of everything, and I can't. So I think I'm gonna put this down for today. I'm gonna put this down. I am on page 212 of Still Beating, and I'm very glad that like I kept reading. Okay, like it is a incredibly devastating book. Like I'm not even gonna like pretend that it's not. I have cried. It's not the most I've cried in a book, but it's tied. Like it's definitely tied with another book for the most amount of times I have shed tears over one story, and the story's not over, so it could win for the saddest book I've ever read in my entire life, the most traumatic book I have ever read in my entire life. But like I am glad that I continued reading it. I do plan on finishing it today. Tonight I'm literally just gonna sit here and finish reading it because I can't put it down. Like, and I was listening to the audiobook on the way to work and like crying, of course, and I was like, oh, this is probably not the best thing to listen to first thing in the morning. I just really wanted to sorry, there's something in my teeth. I really wanted to get back into the story, but nonetheless, I'm trying to rephrase what I was going to say. I'm glad that I'm reading the story, that I continued reading the story, that I didn't DNF it because like I didn't think I was like strong enough, or like it was going to wreck me. It did wreck me. It has not put me back together, but if you're a person like me who loves, and I think I said this earlier, who loves like to feel like this, just makes you like feel human again or something, and like not in a beautiful way. Like, okay, so Real, let me get it. Real by Kennedy Ryan, totally not same at all, but this book made me feel human again, from like the sunshine, rainbows, and love, and like having faith in humanity again, and like just the rawness and the honesty and like the beauty of humanity. This book did that for me so well and so much, and I'll never forget it. This book is the same in that it makes me feel human again, but for like the wrong, not the wrong reasons, but in like the things that humans will do to each other, the things that humans will endure together, things that humans will endure as individuals to survive something, or to make it through something, you know what I mean? And just like the resiliency of the human spirit, and like the determination to live and to fight and to love even. Like I don't think I would call this a love story. It's like categorized as dark romance. I don't know that I would call it dark romance at all. I don't know what I would. This is in a category of its own, but I can't say that I'm enjoying the reading experience. I'm just, I feel like I need to read this, if that makes sense. Like I needed to read this. I don't know that anybody, like, I remember Aaliyah saying like you need to be in like the right space to read this, like have your mental right, but like I don't know how or who or when your mental would ever be right for this, like ever. Like you're gonna be wrecked regardless. like regardless. I can't imagine someone just like, ooh, that's tough, and just continue to read and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But anyways, where am I at with the book? Why did I stop? Oh, you know what? I've talked enough about unlikable characters, and I don't want it to seem like I'm just picking out the unlikable characters of books and like ranting about them. But our female main character is, understand, like, one could, she's going through it, right? Like the spectrum of trauma and healing, if you could even call it that. Like, she's going through it. Yeah, I would call it healing too, the spectrum, right? Like, there are stages of grief. Like, I feel like there are stages of healing after trauma, or, you know what I mean? And like, she is going through it. And there are some people, oh, excuse me, there are some people who are just not making that process easier, and not making it like about her, the main character, Cora, or Corabelle, which is a pretty name. She doesn't like it, but I like the name Corabelle. They're not making it about her anymore. They're not focusing on her. They're not trying to help her. They're not like giving her what she needs. They're giving her what they think she needs. And like, I don't even think once, that I've seen anyways, like I said, I'm on page 212. I don't think once anybody's ever stopped to ask her what does she need. Her parents aren't a huge part of the story, but this is so hard to like talk about, both emotionally and because like I'm unsure as to like what you guys have heard about the book, if you haven't already read it, or has it been like spoiled or whatnot, because yeah, I want to talk more about it, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so I'll probably have to edit a bunch of that I just said. But I stopped to tell you guys that I very much feel for the female main character. I feel for the male main character too, and it was nice that we did get his POV for a portion of the book, because I didn't think that we would for the first portion of the book, and we ended up getting a large chunk of his POV, and I was glad to have had that as well. So yeah, this is a tough read. It is so thought-provoking, and I definitely feel like anyone who reads it will be like reflective or feel something for humanity, whether good or bad. Probably both. Everything you could possibly feel or think or believe about humanity, I feel like this book is going to bring that up. And I love books like that. Like, I really do. I don't know if I told you guys, like, in one of my like videos from last year, I said something about like me going to school, and that eventually I wanted to do like get a PhD, make a college professor. And one of those, the category or like the field that I am interested in is anthropology or sociology, and just like humans. Like, I love humans, and I feel like that is one reason why I love books and all types of books, and especially like the heartfelt books, because it makes you feel more connected with humans. Because sometimes you have the people in your life, or the safety net in your life, where you can talk about anything and everything with somebody, but sometimes you don't. Or sometimes the one or two people that you have, or you just, for whatever reason, just not available, and you kind of have to hold that and sit with that for a while. But it's still something that I think needs to be explored and understood for humans as a whole. And I feel like books give you so many perspectives and so many experiences that, you know, all of these books that I have on my shelves, like, I have definitely not lived all these lives or all of these experiences, but from reading and from books, I can feel that, or I can see that, or I can witness that, experience that, understand that through books. And I just find that part really beautiful, and like connecting to humanity and whatnot. That's what I mean. So from that perspective, I'm glad that I read this, and I didn't just think like, okay, it's too much, I don't want to know. Like, no, I do. I want to understand, and I want to understand. So I have a lot of editing to do in this video, but that's where I'm at with this. Like I said, I'm gonna finish this today, probably for a couple of hours, and then I'll give you guys my final wrap up as best as I can without spoiling it. I feel like this is a very easy book to spoil. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best not to spoil anything, but I'll give you guys my final wrap up once I'm done. I'm sure this is just for like story's sake, but I really hope that the advice in this book is not like the way people actually approach people who have experienced a traumatic event. Okay, so hopefully this is like spoiling. Oh my gosh, so like all right, just skip ahead. I gotta say it. Just skip ahead. I will leave some type of notification. I'll put it on the screen when you can pick back up when I'm done with the spoiler, whatever. Right? So Cora is like back into the main female character is like back into society after her traumatic event with the kidnapper, right? And her friend Lily, I believe, is like she's like, oh, you need to get back out there, come out with us, have a drink, like go to a bar, you know, live it up, you know, you have been so like down and depressed since you got back from, you know, so what you need is like fun and friends. Don't tell me what I need. I'm actually mad right now. Like, don't tell me what I need. You don't know what I need. I'm in therapy and I'm doing my best. Don't tell me I need to go forget about my troubles and go get wasted at the bar. By the way, the bar is where I was abducted from in the freaking first place. Don't you think that could be triggering? Like, that clearly just pissed me off just now. Like, oh, you just need to have fun. I'm telling you, like, God forbid anything traumatic happens to me and like the people in my life are approaching my healing, my PTSD the way this lady, I will cut everybody off so fast. Like, it'll be me, God, and my therapist. That's it. That's all. Because why the freak would you suggest that? And stop thinking about yourself. Stop thinking about what you would want. I'm not you. All right, so I'm done with my little rant, or that update. But gosh, like, I just feel so badly for Cora because I feel like this is an example of what I was talking about. Like, is no one listening? Is nobody like approaching this from what Cora needs, not what you would need? What you know what I mean? That's all, y'all. I am listening to it now on audio, so I'll come back when I have another update or when I'm done. I did want to give you guys an update on Still Bleeding. I did manage to finish this last night and I am so glad that I read this book. I think will be an unforgettable book. It was definitely impactful for me, like I was saying, as far as like the humanity piece and like how humans grieve and our drive and our resiliency and our connectedness and like so much about the aspects of humanity and people I learned through this book. So I am glad that I read it from that perspective. One thing that I'm not a ginormous fan of is like I think it was the epilogue. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of like not the epilogue, the bonus scene, which I guess you didn't have to read it, but I wasn't a fan of the bonus scene at the end. I feel like that is not how I wanted the story to like wrap up or to end, or like the lasting impression that I cared to have at all. Like, I very much could have done without that, and I would honestly recommend you not read that if you end up picking up this book, if you haven't read it already. I know I'm kind of late to the party on that, but yeah, other than that, I do think that, and it's hard to say, like, is this realistic? Like, I don't want any of this to be a reality. I don't understand this to be the reality of anyone that I know, thankfully. So it's hard to say, like, whether, you know, certain things were realistic or not, or whether like the epilogue, for example, was realistic or not, or what have you. But from my own like gathering and understanding or imagination of like, okay, what could this possibly feel like or be like, I don't think that it is far off. So I think I learned a lot and I felt a lot in this book, and I'm very glad that I read it. What I recommend, someone reading it, I would recommend it with with caution. Like if you have, I wouldn't go out of my way and be like, oh yeah, you should totally read this. Like, no, because it's a tough read. It's a tough book for freaking sure. I was crying on page 22. But if you have interest in it, and if you're like, I was wondering about reading this book, or I have it on my TBR, like, should I give it a try? Yes, because you made the initial decision, and you had the initial like interest for whatever reason. If you have the interest, if you have the curiosity, if you want to know, if you are wondering about the experience, definitely yes, read the book. If you've never heard of this book, or it's like categorized as a dark romance, it is unlike any other dark romance I've read. I don't think it's a dark book, and there is romance in the book, but I wouldn't call it dark romance. So if you are a dark romance girly, would I feel like this would more align with stuff that I've read before? Maybe. But still, this has a whole entire emotional layer to it. The entire book is emotional. Every page is emotional. Every character is emotional. Like, it's a tough read, but I am very glad that I read that. So that's all I want to say right now. I am studying. I have gotten myself back into school. I haven't been in a class since December. So now I'm back at it, and I am taking notes and reading and just learning, as I love to do. So that's what I'm doing right now. And also finished the book today. I didn't vlog. I vlogged it a little bit in my last vlog, but I didn't really talk about it. But I do plan to like have a post about it up on my Instagram here in the future. So if you aren't already following me on Instagram, it's always linked down below. And then also my Storygraph, Goodreads, and Fable are also always linked down below, and I do post reviews of all the books that I read on those platforms. So if you want to know more about this book or any of the books that I've ever talked about that I've read, they will be reviewed on those platforms. So I'm gonna end it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this full start to finish of my bookshelf scavenger hunt. Also, if you have any prompts for the bookshelf scavenger hunt videos, leave them down in the comments below, and I will incorporate them into my next bookshelf scavenger hunt. This is one of my favorite styles of videos to film because you never know where it's gonna go, right? Like, this has been on my TBR for so long, and like, I can't tell you that I would have like definitely picked this up on my own, but I am so glad that I did. So definitely give this video a try too, like on your own. You don't have to film it. You can if you want to, obviously. I would love to watch it. I think these are so fun. So if you're a content creator, definitely consider doing a bookshelf scavenger hunt, because I want to see you shop yourselves and like spend some quality time, as I call it, with your bookshelves, and then come up with a book and like read it in the vlog. I feel like this is extra special versus like waiting until my reading wrap up to see like, did I even read the book? Because sometimes I don't be reading the book. But yeah, this like forced me to actually read the book and then show you guys my experience. I love this style of video, so if you do as well, give it a thumbs up. If you have any prompts that you want to recommend, leave it in the comments below. If you are new here, please consider subscribing before moving on. Other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.